coming at you. Wrestling the way it was meant to be, old style. Now your host for Ron's Championship Wrestling, Ron Wright and Terry Landell.
Welcome, wrestling fans, to another great day of Ron's Championship Wrestling. I'd like to have everybody with you. Landell, you know, not showed up here this week yet. He'll probably be here a little late. May have had him stopped out on the interstate to delay him. We seen this tape last week we had here. He just showed the last few seconds of it. I want to invite everybody to get comfortable. We're going to go to a break and show this whole tape and let everybody see just exactly what happened down there between Wild Man Jeff Anderson and the old dirty white boy.
All right, we're back, and Jeff Anderson entering the ring. He's taking on the dirty white boy. And gentlemen, both of you have been infused throughout your career, and I think this thing with Anderson and white boy has erupted into a real explosion.
Well, you know, Anderson's kind of new to the game, I presume, but white boy's been around a long time, and I think he's got some good tricks up his sleeve, because when you're a champion, it takes a lot out of you to be made a champion.
You're absolutely right. Talk about dirty white boy. Here he comes, and I don't think he's waiting for an introduction. Going after Jeff Anderson right now. The wild man Jeff Anderson is being tamed by the dirty white boy. Jump in, gentlemen. No time, did he, Lane?
Beautiful hip toss. Boy, that white boy still got it, Ron.
Yeah,
He's got that fire.
that's two top flashes there, but you get old dirty white boy fired up, he's going to go with anybody.
That's all it takes.
Anderson cuts him off with a poke of the eye, going to work on it. And of course, you know, everyone looks at Anderson as the brawler here, but we both all know the white boy can go with the best of them too, so Anderson has taken white boy's game right to it.
We're trying to wear each other out as quick as possible. It's an old ploy that you did in wrestling. Try to tear him down as quick as you can, and then slap a good wrestling hold on him and let him try to get out of it. Try to pin him.
White boy choking him down across that middle rope right now, and of course, as I said, white boy joining Anderson in Anderson's game, and I don't know if Anderson can beat white boy at his own game or not.
Well, we'll see.
Well, you can't underestimate either one of those. I've seen both of those wrestle, some of the toughest wrestlers. Try to give them both credit. They're up and ready for anything that comes their way.
Here comes the count. Two. Out on two.
Anderson kicks out. White boy hasn't shut him down yet. You look at him tearing at the nostrils. And of course, we all know once you take the oxygen away from an athlete, the brain goes to function either, right, Dickie?
Right, you can't breathe correctly. You breathe incorrectly, and you make a few mistakes along the line. Is that referee Matt McMurray?
That is Matt McMurray, the referee for you and I back in the Southeastern days.
Well, he still has it, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's still a good official. We want to remind you fans to check the Ron's Championship Wrestling hotline and website for the next TV tapings here at the National Guard Armory in Knoxville. And of course, there is wrestling on the 25th coming up at the Armory. A big show that night. Snapmare by Anderson.
Boy, caught him right across the ear. Wow, that was clever.
Wait, what's he going for here? That looks like a little Ron Wright chain to me there.
Yeah, looks like you got a chain up under the mesh there.
And I think that anybody learned to wrestling in East Tennessee had to be copying that for Ron Wright.
Well, now I know why you never beat me. And I never beat you, Ronnie.
Yeah,
I remember that chain.
I
By
always
gosh.
had something besides, wouldn't it?
Boy, you were just a winner. Heck of high water, right? You're going to win one way or another.
McMurray didn't know he used the chain to choke him down. Anderson's spending too much time with the fans. He's going to give White Boy a chance to regroup, and if he does, he's in trouble.
Come on, White Boy.
Looks like he's hurt pretty bad, Ron.
Dickie, I don't know about you. I think Anderson's being too methodical at this point. You got the advantage. Try to get him out of there. Beat him and beat him as quick as you can, right?
Right. See, Ron, he just told you.
He don't like me. He don't like me because I pull for the White Boy.
You know, that move was one of Lou Thesz's favorite moves. Diving off that top rope and throwing the whole body against the opponent's body. I guess the old holds are just as good as the new ones, especially some of the old ones that used to be submission holds.
You're absolutely right. I think they recycle like clothing styles, Dick. A lot of the stuff that you and I did 30 years ago would be brand new today.
That's right.
Anderson with a couple elbows trying to cut White Boy off. He moves in. Snap Mary. What's he going for here? Elbow. Nobody home.
That hurt. Boy, that hurt. You can sprain your wrist real quick with that.
Anderson rushing. White Boy going to try and cover him here. Didn't have both them shoulders covered.
Both men look like they're wearing down, Les.
I was just going to say, it's taking his toll on both these guys, and it looks like Anderson's using White Boy to stay on his feet. This is just an old-fashioned Ron Wright type brawl.
Knockdown, drag out, back alley type brawl.
And Dick Steinborn and I both have been on the other end of that.
Yeah, we've been on the scientific end, and this is unusual for me.
Anderson outside, he's got a 5 count to get in. He moves in. White Boy's been slowed down. He needs to get back in this one. What's Anderson going for something in the knee pad? I can't. It's that chain again.
He's got it again, Ron.
Mac, you got to get up under there and check for it.
Get your wind. Get your wind, White Boy.
You get on that bicycle. Stay away from Anderson. Get a chance to pull it back together. Anderson's arm whipping him cross ring. Sets up for the back up, and he telegraphed it.
Beautiful kick. He got him down that time. He's still hurt there. Look at that, Les.
Yep. White Boy's unable to take advantage of that.
Well, he put the brakes on him just for a momentarily.
He's coming back on him now. Let's see where he's going. Going for the snap suplex.
Oh, they're pretty.
Man, that hurt all the way out here, dude.
It not only hurt, but it was pretty.
It was pretty. Nice one. White Boy still having trouble getting it back together. Anderson can still get back in this thing.
Finish him off, White Boy.
Somebody here to call a winner. At some point, I couldn't do it. Both these guys have battled hard, and it's taken its effect on both competitors.
There it is. That must be something he likes very much. He's telegraphing it. What you going to do, Ron?
I don't know. He's got the new one on me. He got something on it.
Oh, he got the choke slam.
Choke slam. Wait a minute.
There it goes.
DJ Whitmer, Big Buddy Marcus hitting the ring. Obviously to help Jeff Anderson, putting the boots to White Boy. Marcus and Whitmer.
This is uncalled for.
And just when you figure that Tony Anthony might have won this daggone thing, outside interference. And I've got to believe that it had to be Terry Landell that sent him out there, Ron.
I'd say he did. I don't pull him around. He's back there sniggering over some of the 30.
Man, they need to shoot some. Right now, it is 3 against 1. And there, wait a minute. Here comes Rick Cannon and EG 2000 in to make the save.
Didn't take them long to get out of there, did it, when it got evened up?
Boy, some tells me that Landell is the troublemaker.
Yes, seems to be. That hasn't changed, I don't think, from day one. Let's see what referee Matt McMurray's decision. I would assume the disqualification would give the win to White Boy, since it was on Anderson's behalf that Whitmer and Marcus ran in.
Well, it looks like somebody's taking the belt without their permission.
Nope.
No, McMurray says no.
McMurray's disqualified him. There you have it. Dirty White Boy wins by a disqualification as B.J. Whitmer and Big Buddy Marcus make the save for Jeff Anderson is throwing a hissy fit. Dickie, we're about out of time. We sure appreciate you sitting and doing it.
Enjoy coming here, and we'll be looking for some new stars. I'm going to be sending up with Ron now that I'm one of his agents for the state of Virginia.
Always a pleasure having you, Ron, for Ron, Dickie, myself. Thanks for being with us, and join us again next week for more Ron's Championship Wrestling.
I'd like to welcome everybody back, and I hope everybody got to see the entirety of that match.
Let me tell you something, Ron. You locked me out, and I want to tell everybody something on tonight's show. I'm telling you something. I'm coming down there in a big black limousine, and I'm going to have somebody special in there, and you're telling me that Les Thatcher's going to be there, while not Tim Horner's going to be there?
No.
Well, let me tell you something.
Amen.
I ain't never liked Tim Horner, and it ain't nothing for me to slap Tim Horner right in his face. And I don't need all them rednecks from Marshtown coming down and showing a big sign.
Black limousine, you're going to get your face blacked up.
That ain't none of your business what I'm going to do. I'm hyped up because tonight in Knoxville, Tennessee, that's one of the roofs coming out. Wild Man Jeff Anderson is going to beat the Dirty White Boy for the title right here in Knoxville tonight, Ron.
We'll see about that, Mr. Landell. Let me tell everybody something. We're going to have to break here and go to another personality profile with none other than Ron Gott.
Who's on there today? That's what I want to know.
Just stand here and watch it and enjoy it, and you'll probably really
I'd like to see who's on there. You
Let's get
tell me.
out. Well, no, you don't need to know, but I want you to watch it. We'll get out of here right now for personality profile, and you all stay tuned. We'll be back.
Who's on there today?
Welcome to another edition of Personality Profile here on Ron's Championship Wrestling. My guest this week, Ron Wright himself. Ron, it's a pleasure to have you back on the profile again.
Pleasure to be with you, Mr. Gott. Ron, they calling me and you the Ron and Ron team.
That's it. Yeah. Ron, we've got a big card coming up here tonight at the National Guard Armory right here in Knoxville. Les Thatcher's going to be here along with White Lightning and Tim Horner, and they've got a big special title match.
Big title match with the Dirty White Boy and Wild Man Jeff Anderson. I'm going to tell you that's one that I may just pay my way in and get a ringside seat to watch that.
I'm going to try to be here if I can.
Have Les Thatcher here tonight, helping do another episode of live TV taping too. So it's going to really be an interesting night.
One of the greatest commentators of all time. You know, I had a chance to talk to him on the profile here about 3 weeks ago, and it was an honor to be able to talk to him and talk about some of the things he's done in the sport. And I even had a chance to talk to him about the conversation he had with you backstage at Jolly Park about your chisel. And
don't brag on him too much. He's already got a size 11 head.
Yeah.
He's got to try to fill.
He recalled that night.
Yeah,
he recalled that night. He told me his version of that story, and it wasn't too much different from yours. So I'm sure that that was an event you'll both remember.
Thatcher's been around a long time. And a lot of people tell me he retired from wrestling early and started commentating to get away from the likes of the Wrights and Terry Funk and some of the Ronnie Garvins and Professor Malenko. So that's probably why he retired a little earlier than most people did. But give him credit, he was a good wrestler and he's an awful good TV commentator.
He was a good TV commentator, and I had a real good time sitting down talking to him. He gave me a few pointers on being the commentary end of the business, and it was a real honor to be able to talk to him. But you know, this card coming up tonight, we just can't plug it enough, Ron, here at the National Guard Armory. Les is coming back. We're going to have another TV taping. Tim Horner's going to be there, and the rivalry between the Dirty White Boy and Jeff Anderson gets hotter with each passing
I don't
week.
see how it can boil anymore. It's to the point that it's done boiled over 4 or 5 times, and it's just keeping it sitting there. It's just like an old volcano. The lava's down there. It keeps them mixing, and it just keeps spewing out and boiling over. So it'll be a night to remember, Mr. Gott.
Jeff's definitely on top in his game right now, and the Dirty White Boy, he's been around for a long time. He's been in the ring with a lot of top-notch individuals, a lot of top professionals. I had a chance to talk to him, too, a couple of weeks ago, and we talked about his incident with Sergeant Slaughter over in North Carolina when Crockett Promotions was still going strong.
I remember that.
But he's been around for a long time, and I think Rick Connors, a gentleman that I just recently interviewed here on the program, I think he was very instrumental in Tony Anthony get started in the business, along with a lot of others. So Rick's done a lot for the business. And
yeah, he helped train Tony and helped get him in the sport. And I remember he used to come to the matches and I always wait outside and chase my car in so he could carry my bag in for me, and I'd always get him in free when he was just a small tot. So.
You mentioned something to me about some of the matches he'd had with you over the brass knuck stroke. You remember him?
Yeah, I do. Rick Connors, you know, he came up and he got to be where he was a tough competitor. I'll never forget the time he went over at UT and worked out with amateurs and wore every one of them out over there. So I definitely remember the brass knuck matches and probably got several scars on my head to back up those memories too.
He's definitely been a major force as far as the training end of the professional wrestling scene here goes in the area. And Ron, we want to take a moment right now to remind everybody to come out to the National Guard Armory tonight at 8 o'clock. TV taping, Les Thatcher, Tim Horner, the big main event, the Dirty Flat Boy and Jeff Anderson. You won't want to miss it.
I'll be there too, Ron. Been a pleasure.
We want to thank you for coming out. Wrestling fans, stay tuned for more exciting action here on Ron's Championship Wrestling. Let's go back to the studio for more exciting action.
You know, Ron, I don't like that personality profile. You get over here and you talk about that. I don't think that's right. When we first come on the air right here on PAX 54, everybody's seen personality profile with you, me. I don't think you need to try to repeat just because it's named after Ron Wright.
Well, it's Ron Wright and Ron Gott. Mr. Ron Gott does a super job with that personality profile, and I appreciate him taking the time and the effort that he puts into it, getting the job done right, Landell.
Well, I can promise you something. I got another match I want to show everybody.
That's good.
You know, Wild Man Jeff Anderson's already signed a contract with the K-Town Daddy. So the roof's going off in Knoxville, Tennessee tonight at 8 o'clock at the National Guard Armory. Anybody needs to come on down. It's right there next to West High School. Everybody needs to know where the National Guard Armory is in Knoxville tonight, Ron. And you're going to be there. Is that what you're saying?
I'll be there with Mr. Les Thatcher.
Well, let's go to a break, then I want to come back and show you a match with Wild Man Jeff Anderson dogging out one of the local boys in Knoxville.
Amen. Hello there, wrestling fans. None other than Ron Wright from Ron's Championship Wrestling right here in Knoxville, Tennessee. I want to introduce you to a good friend of mine just in case you ever need bonded out of jail here anywhere in this part of the country in Knoxville. Mr. Brent Woods, the man you need to call.
Thanks, Ron. Well, I'm Brent Woods with Tennessee Bonding Company. If you ever go to jail in Anderson, Knox, Jefferson, Granger, or Cobb County, for your fastest way out of jail, please give me a call. Brent Woods with Tennessee Bonding Company.
Hey, wrestling fans. Having car problems, or are you just trying to avoid them? Well, in either case, get over to Economy Auto Service on East Magnolia Avenue. From transmissions to tune-ups, parts, or even if you don't know what the problem is, Economy Auto Service has bumper-to-bumper service to take care of your auto problem. That's Economy Auto Service in 1925 East Magnolia Avenue, or call them at 522-7845. Once again, that's Economy Auto Service, 1925 East Magnolia Avenue, or 522-7845. Tell them Ron sent you.
Hello there, wrestling fans. I'd like to invite anybody out there on TV watching these wrestling programs, if you've got any desire and ambition to be a wrestler, you need to get in touch with us down at Ron's Gym. I've got a weight room down there to where we can build your body up, get you in condition, and get you in the ring, train you the right way, the way you should be trained, and get you off the ground and get you started in professional wrestling. Give me a call at Ron's Wrestling School. We appreciate it.
For the latest on Ron's Championship Wrestling, call the Wrestling Hotline, 865-973-8092. That's the Wrestling Hotline at 865-973-8092. Anderson takes him back to the corner. Starting to chop on him. It'll light him up in that corner. Referee McMurray.
I feel left one out here.
Yes, sir. Backdrop out of the corner. Anderson open up, and the margin was getting wider all the time.
Yeah, looks like Anderson got it rolling his way now.
He's certainly the most experienced of the two, and as I mentioned earlier, Stardog, instead of worrying about arguing with the fans, should have been worried about putting Jeff Anderson's shoulders on the mat.
On the mat.
We want to remind you fans that next Saturday, January the 12th, we have live action here at the Armory in the evening, 8 o'clock in bell time. And for our next taping, please check Ron's Championship Wrestling website and the hotline. Anderson in control. Drop kicks. Stardog off the apron onto the concrete floor. McMurray explained to him he's got to, now this man's got a 10 count to get back in.
McMurray's got his hands full keeping Jeff Anderson.
Yes, he does. Anderson snapped the top rope.
Man, he took a hard fall on that mat. That's got mine after hurting out here just watching that.
That neck breaker was tough. It sure was. Anderson with the boot. I'm going to tell you, this is a tough one. This is
Looks like
a tough
Jeff's going to torture him now.
Yep. Stardog should have, when he had the chance, when he opened up, he got the advantage offensively, should have stayed right on top of Anderson. Okay, here's his chance. What's he going to do? Going to the second rope, trying to get fancy. Drops the leg. Going to the top again. Let's see if he's going to telegraph this one. Second leg. All right. Maybe I'm crazy here, but this
one
is it.
thing. He's taking the wind out of Anderson now.
Anderson out on the count of 2. All right, here's where Stardog's losing it. Stay on top of him, young man. Front face locks him.
Needs to keep him going. Need to keep working him over now.
JR arm whips him on the back drop. Try to pin him, young man. Try to pin him. Years ago, you'd have knocked me down like that. I wish you'd have given me that much time to get back up.
Yeah, they take too much time anymore or less, I'm telling you. Wrestling's changed.
It sure has, brother. Step over toe hold by JR Stardog. He's using the ropes on Anderson, using Anderson's tactics on him.
Yeah. Look like they both got them underhanded tactics today.
Well, the one good thing is we haven't seen or heard of Terry Landell.
You know, that's unusual. Somebody probably got him back in the back, got him handcuffed somewhere.
He was out here early, wondering where you were at, and I said you'd be along. And then he finally said, well, I don't want to be out here when Ron Wright's out here, which is fine. So as far as I'm concerned, you can stay. That means he won't be back.
Yeah, maybe he'll decide to stay back out of the way a while.
Anderson with a boot into the chest of JR Stardog, and Anderson methodically pecking away at Dog with the neck. It looks like Anderson's leg is bothering him. It's like he's got some hamstring problem.
Yeah, he can't hardly get that leg straightened out now where he's worked on it so much.
Hamstring problems, yes, sir. And here again, Dog, hesitant, taking his time. Man, you got to be aggressive, young man, and especially with a veteran like Anderson. Snaps that neck, forcing him back in.
Yeah, Anderson's legs are hurting him pretty bad, looks like. He can't get it worked out.
Yep, looks like that Charlie Horse in that hamstring is giving him trouble. He's going to pull some JR outside. Going to go to work on him out here. He tries to run him into the post, but it's Dog shoving Anderson into the post. And again into that post.
This match is far from being over yet.
It sure is.
That Anderson leg looks like it's really giving him a problem out there.
Drop kick under the bottom rope by Stardog, and Stardog back in this one. You got to let Anderson in to beat him.
Once you count, you get counted out there.
Boot to the midsection. Anderson with a shot. Too much time, and JR has given Anderson too much time. Neck breaker. The only
Still
thing,
favoring that leg pretty bad.
yes, he is, and I think that's the only thing that's keeping him from putting Stardog away at this point in time. Is he going to be able to keep him up? Is that leg going to give him too much trouble? Let's see where he's going. Spins him into a neck breaker off. Wait a minute. White Boy is in the arena. Dirty White Boy in, and he
Hey, back now.
man, it's a rerun of what we just saw last week and the week before.
Other way around, though. That White Boy's getting even now.
I said, wait a minute. Wait a minute. facilitators. Well, that's the best he can do. Landell's going to work on White Boy working on Anderson. JR Stardog's out. We have run out of time. We're going to have to get out of here. Les Thatcher for Ron Wright, everyone here, hoping that Terry Landell will disappear, but if he doesn't, join us again next week for more of Ron's Championship Wrestling.
You know, right there it was, Ron. You know, big dog-out match with Wild Man Jeff Anderson in Knoxville tonight. You know, I'm telling you right now, I want to get all my boys together, and we all might come in a limousine. So all you girls, just get ready, because Knoxville, Tennessee is what's happening at the National
I'm
Guard.
going to tell you something. The way he dogged that man out on TV, he sure ain't going to dog a dirty white boy. Dirty white boy will ride Jeff Anderson like he's breaking a wild stag.
Well, I can promise you one thing. You might have all these little boys, Sammy V, Rick Cannon, DD2000, Les Thatcher, you know, Rick Connors, little guy Ron does personality profile, you know, the list goes on. But I can promise you one thing.
Outstanding, honorable men in my crew, ain't Landell?
Shut up,
Yeah, you make me shut
because
up.
you're getting my blood
I'm
pressure
glad
up.
it is.
I don't
Maybe
like
you'll
you.
flip
And I'm
out.
telling you
You
right
don't have
now,
to worry
I'm
about
going to get the limousine, and I'm going to be ready to
You
die.
go get you 4 limousines. God bless you, and we'll see you down here tonight.
Hey, wrestling fans. Having car problems, or are you just trying to avoid them? Well, in either case, get over to Economy Auto Service on East Magnolia Avenue. From transmissions to tune-ups, parts, or even if you don't know what the problem is, Economy Auto Service has bumper-to-bumper service to take care of your auto problem. That's Economy Auto Service at 1925 East Magnolia Avenue, or call them at 522-7845. Once again, that's Economy Auto Service, 1925 East Magnolia Avenue, or 522-7845. Tell them Ron sent you.
Hello there, wrestling fans. None other than Ron Wright from Ron's Championship Wrestling right here in Knoxville, Tennessee. I want to introduce you to a good friend of mine just in case you ever need bonded out of jail here anywhere in this part of the country in Knoxville. Mr. Brent Woods, the man you need to call.
Thanks, Ron. Well, I'm Brent Woods with Tennessee Bonding Company. If you ever go to jail in Anderson, Knox, Jefferson, Granger, or Cobb County, for your fastest way out of jail, please give me a call. Brent Woods with Tennessee Bonding Company.
Hello there, wrestling fans. I'd like to invite anybody out there on TV watching these wrestling programs, if you've got any desire and ambition to be a wrestler, you need to get in touch with us down at Ron's Gym. I've got a weight room down there to where we can build your body up, get you in condition, and get you in the ring, train you the right way, the way you should be trained, and get you off the ground and get you started in professional wrestling. Give me a call at Ron's Wrestling School. We appreciate it.
The latest on Ron's Championship Wrestling. Call the Wrestling Hotline, 865-973-8092. Sit down in your house. Ron's Championship Wrestling is coming at you.